Welcome back to BYU Sports Nation, live from Studio B alongside Dave McCann. My name is Jason Shepard, and you know I love to talk some BYU baseball, and we get a chance to do that with some new coaches. In fact, we've got the new pitching coach, Adrian Dinkel, and the new director of pitching development, Bradon Zastrow. Guys, welcome to BYU Sports Nation. What do you think of the digs in here?
Sweet, man, it's cool.
I appreciate you having this. This is awesome.
This is a cool thing because you can come sit down here and talk to any recruit in the country, and they're just sitting in their living room wherever they live, and it doesn't count as an official visit. See how that is? See how the magic works? Something new. This is a phenomenal set. You guys should come back all the time.
We're here.
So let's start with this. Fall camp opened yesterday. What types of things are you focusing on? And I know it's only been a day, but what's been the early impression?
The early impression has been, we got a lot of good athletes that we're going to make sure that we keep healthy. Right, and that's kind of been our thing right now, is just making sure our workload management and our stress levels have been built the right way so we can throw our best bullets on game day.
When there's some new things, and most of this team has stayed here through the summer, usually guys take off and go play elsewhere, but how important has it been to keep them close and have them developing right away, as opposed to, hey, where you been in the last 3 months?
Well, I think that's a two-part question. I think that one that kind of shows, the kind of program that Coach Pratt's created and the environment that they want to be around, but it's also really important so you can kind of keep an eye on that development, and so those building blocks are a little bit more stable as we continue to move through the fall.
So Bradon, I want to ask you, as the director of pitching development, how does that differ from what Coach Dinkel does as the pitching coach?
I would say mainly like he's calling the games and the shots, and I kind of wingman him, shoot my ideas out there, try and help in more ways than one. But yeah, just give my input and give some good information every once in a while.
Well, I love that you just came from the Yankees and you just came from Arizona.
Yes.
So from the Arizona perspective, looking at BYU last year, what did you see that they needed to get better that now you are being paid to do?
Pitch. I coached first base for Arizona last year, so I was watching every pitch. And, there's a lot of good athletes here. I think we can guide them in the right direction and, maximize them. Like, that's the goal, is like to get the most out of each guy and make them the best versions of themselves to win baseball games. That's the ultimate goal, win baseball games and make a run.
And look, when you watch them eliminate Arizona State from the Big 12 tournament, you were cheering for BYU, right? Because you were at Arizona?
Not quite. Not quite. Yeah, that was my brother-in-law is a hitting coach. And so...
at ASU?
No, at BYU.
Oh, at BYU,
and I was coaching at U of A, so to put him out was kind of sad, I guess you could say, but not really.
Well, yeah, I know you were upset, but when they put Arizona State out. Yeah, that was their biggest win of the season.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Okay, good answer.
Down.
Better answer.
Fork's always down.
All right.
So, Coach Dinkel, when the hire was made and we got the press release, and I was reading through the bio, and the thing that stood out to me, originally from Magna, Utah.
Yep.
Okay, so what's the background? What's it like being back? Did you grow up there? Were you there and then moved away? What's the story?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Utah, Glendale, Rose Park area, moved to Magna, went to Cypress, and then just started playing in college and kept going east and just kept going further east. I coached in college baseball for 18 plus years and then jumped in professional baseball, made full circle, and kind of got back home. So, we're excited about the opportunity to be back around family and around this program.
Yeah, and you've got, 2 national championships when you were at Southeastern in Florida, right?
That's right, yeah. Very lucky to win a lot of baseball games. So.
As you have gone through all that and you've seen technology change, and now here at BYU, you're bringing technology with you. What are the tools you have now to help BYU pitch better in February and March?
Well, obviously you got the TrackMan and the edgers that we kind of got into the program, along with some other stuff that are kind of, when you're in this new wave of pitching and player development, and it's a priority. It's having all those pieces, right? It's basically having a bunch of puzzle pieces that you can put together, and so. With the edgers, they're going to be slow motion cameras that are going to kind of show us, how we can seam shift some stuff, and using our TrackMan to find the data that best fits each athlete, where their pitch usage is probably more optimal for getting more outs. So it's been great.
For those that have been on campus over the last couple of months, you've seen some construction going on over at Miller Park, and there's an unbelievable facility that's being built and cages and whatnot. How much does that new facility, how much can that help develop the pitching staff?
Incredible about it. It's a game changer. It's a program changer, right? My job and his job is to come in here and put this pitching staff on a national forefront to help us, not only compete for Big 12 titles, but national championships. And having that type of facility is going to allow us to develop those guys where we can create their best stuff and their best ability to dominate on game days.
Does it allow for kids who might look at a warm weather school where they can be outside all year long? Does it allow for them to give BYU a closer look, a deeper look to know that, yeah, it might be a foot of snow outside because we live in the Rocky Mountains, but you can still develop with this new area of Miller Park and with the new technology that you've got?
Well, first of all, let's not ever hope for a foot of snow. But yeah, no, I do think.
Trust me, there's going to be a foot of snow.
Wait till those early month games. Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. I think at the end of the day, yeah, it does. It allows for, the development piece, and it allows for an opportunity and a space that is, unique to the program that can mitigate some of those weathers that we're kind of fighting. So yeah, it's a great thing to have.
New BYU baseball pitching coach Adrian Dinkel and director of pitching development Bradon Zastrow joining us here on BYU Sports Nation. Bradon, I want to ask you, because you mentioned that you've been coaching at Arizona, but you're what, 2 years removed from actually playing? 1 year removed from actually.
Last summer was my last time I threw bullets.
So how much do you think that can help you in just talking with these guys, because you're not that far removed from doing what you're asking them to do?
Yeah, I personally think it's a cheat code. There's nobody closer to them in terms of playing and understanding what they're going through than me at the field. Nobody. And so being able to build a relationship with them and allow them to trust me and me trust them is huge, right? That's half the battle, is building relationships and believing in one another. And it's been a cool lens to flip it, see it on the other side and see what truly matters, and like how I can relate playing to coaching and then deliver it to a player is important to me. And I think it's a cheat code to be young.
Looking at BYU, you may still be younger than some people.
I might. I think I might beat a few of the boys. I'm not sure, though.
There you go.
Hertzman might have you.
He might.
We have the privilege of calling a lot of your games, so we'll spend a lot of time with you, and along with Greg Wrubell. And so we get to know these guys and the personnel. We see their struggles, we see their peaks. As you've inherited this roster now, what do you like from the arms that you have that you can do some stuff with?
I think the maturity level from where they have and the ability to buy into what we're doing, continue moving forward, right? I think there's a lot of guys just from having those conversations on plans that we have built for them, individual plans about how hungry they are to get better. And the idea of getting better and what it takes to get better. And so I think the maturity level, it's hard to find. And there's a lot of them in the program where I think we can hopefully accelerate their development because of it. So excited about that piece.
Let me follow up with this one. Enlighten us. When you go out and talk to a pitcher on the mound, okay, it's the one area where there's never a microphone, right? It's the last blast of privacy in sports. What are you saying out there, especially for a guy who's maybe walked the bases loaded? You're mad at him, but now you got to go out there and talk to him, and everyone's got their hands up here. What's going on in those conversations?
Sometimes it's getting yelled at. Sometimes it's a joke. Sometimes we're just loosening the situation. A lot of the times it's just finding a way to loosen up the whole thing, right? And maybe sometimes a over-the-rubber mechanical fix that we're talking about, or a pitch plan, but most of the time it's getting mad at them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's good, man. I mean, those things people realize, sometimes it's just a simple joke and loosening everything up.
Have you ever said to a pitcher who just gave up a home run, and you walk out there and go, hey, do you think that pitch was a good idea? At what point did you think, I'm throwing it down the middle?
Well, most of the time I'm calling it. So,
you might ask
it might be my fault, right?
When did you think that was a good idea?
So, no, a lot of the times it's been, man, that ball was hit really far, right? And so, you have a little bit of fun with it. We're going to give up our home runs, but we're going to put out our fair share of strikeouts as well, so it's give and take.
You got to have fun, right? The pressure's too intense now for kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got to enjoy it.
Well, guys, your first time here, we do something here on the show that we give our guests BYU Sports Nation karma. And it works. It's a real thing. And so we're going to give both of you the BYU Sports Nation karma as you go through the fall and get ready for your first season with the BYU Cougars. So as Dave mentioned, you're going to see a lot of us. You're probably going to get sick of us coming up and talking to you and hanging around.
Well, you might get sick of Shep.
You may get sick of me more. I know Tuckett does. So, but we appreciate it. We're excited for what you guys bring to the program and look forward to getting this season here. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We're glad to have you here. This is an area that the pitching is everything in the Big 12, and we're excited to see what you two can do.
Well, we're excited to get it right.